All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Well, today is my love hate word of the week. No, it's not. Not really. The biggest problem is I sometimes I can't pronounce the words, so I get a little tongue tied. And then it brings up my past when I was a kid and I get all sensitive. But here's the deal. Codswallop. Codswallop. You ever heard of that word? Marlene? Marlene's sitting in Canada coming up with these words. I'm like, wow, Marlene. Codswallop. Marlene, did I pronounce that right? Best I could. So I don't know about you, Ken Stringer, but I've never used that word in my vocabulary. All right, so here's the deal. I can promise you this. Oh, we've got some birthdays too. Hey guys, Katie Holt Larson, if you're in our company, it's her birthday today, just so everybody knows. She's over in Australia. Michelle Zosky. Oh, Michelle's on. Is Michelle on? Oh my gosh. Michelle, our Canadian lady. Happy birthday to you, Michelle Zosky. So we're going to sing to her at the end. We love you, Michelle. Hope you have an amazing day today. All right. Codswallop. Nonsense. Statements or beliefs that are untrue. They're exaggerated or they're just plain ridiculous, Vicky. Now, here's what it means. Codswallop is the kind of nonsense that shows up with confidence. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been trying to do something and someone shows up with confidence to tell you this is terrible, your idea is crazy, you shouldn't do this? A lot of you are in my company and the answer is yes, right? You have people that show up and they got all the confidence to tell you what your deal is and what it's not and all this and how you're crazy and you shouldn't do this. It's codswallop. Like it is absolutely they don't like someone showing up, and here's what it sounds like often. That will never work. John, that won't work. You're too late to the dance. You missed it, Ken. You missed it. And it shows up with confidence like, oh, it's already had its run. No, it's going backwards. You're done. It's over. Somebody pulls up at the table, and that's what it sounds like. Arlene, am I not right? It's Codswallop. She's shaking her head. So nobody's succeeding in that anymore. Nobody. Get just, hey, Eric, just go on and do something else. No one's succeeding in that. Hey, Ron, you should probably just play it safe, buddy. Nobody's buying the food. Just play it safe over there. Don't go into it. Have you ever had that happen? Put a one in the comment if somebody has tried to codswallop you, right? Sit down with you and try to slow your excitement down. That's right. Here's why it matters. If you don't recognize Codswallop, you might, here's what you might accidentally do. Take advice from people that's never done it before. Listen, when I first got into network marketing, these people came from everywhere. They're like, you are going to ruin your name. Like, this is over. This is over for you, Brent. And I thought, well, I don't understand that, Eric. Like we're working on our health, we're helping people as they share and they, move product, they actually make income, kind of like the tire business. You sell tires, you make income. I don't understand. But anyway, the longer I've gotten into it, even today, I have people, it's like, oh, no, no, I don't do that thing. I'm like, what? Like, take products for your health? And they kind of look at me like, here's what I would suggest for all of us. let's think about the financial side. Would you go to a person on the financial side and ask them about investment opportunities when they can't rub two nickels together? Probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. Would you go to your accountant and ask your accountant to build an engine in your car? Probably not a good idea. Probably not, unless the accountant's into engines. Would you go to your tire shop and ask them to tell you ingredients to bake a dinner tonight? You're probably looking in the wrong direction, right? So we can't take advice from people who have never done the thing that we're out doing. But so many times we let that person give us advice and we take it to heart. It hits us so hard. So here's why you got to recognize Codswallop, because you'll talk yourself out of opportunities that were actually aligned with you. And you'll also build a life based on someone else's fear. No, that's a hard pass. So here's the truth. Just because something is said confidentially, it doesn't mean that it's true. So when someone comes to you 10 foot tall, shoulders back, they're telling you, Pat, why you shouldn't walk up that mountain, how it's bad for your knees. You're like, no, it's aligning with me. I'm going to choose to do it just because they want to be a couch potato. I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with me doing it. Right. So you just go do it anyway. Right. Because it aligns with what you got. So sometimes you just got to give them a polite little thank you for your input, but it's no for me. It's no for me. So, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, this was a fun word. So I gotta say, I love the Friday words. Keep them coming, keep them coming. And on that path, as far as I can tell, we have done every single word of the year that was turned into us. So if you're like, wait a minute, you didn't do mine, well, then either you might have missed a day or I missed a word. So feel free to send it to me if we didn't get yours done. But we're gonna move over to other words of the day, but I think we've done the entire year for everybody of their words for the year. So just send me yours if I missed it. So, okay, the quote that I found I think is made up, but we're gonna rock it anyway. It says, "If it sounds like Codswallop, feels like Codswallop, and limits your growth, it's probably Codswallop." So I'm gonna say if it sounds like a duck, if it looks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So I think it kind of aligns with that a little bit. But what I looked into is how do we identify it? Right? Because sometimes there's things out there that are codswallop and we didn't even realize it. So, how do we identify the nonsense out there? So, first of all, we've got to pause and question it. So, not everything deserves our immediate belief. Sometimes we need to ask a few questions. I am a question asker coach. So, what do I say? Let me just ask a clarifying question. Let me ask a few clarifying questions. Coach might get a little irritated because sometimes I have a lot of clarifying questions, but that's how we identify whether or not something is codswallop or not. Next is to call it what it is. So sometimes we just need to say it, right? Sometimes we just need to identify it and say, that's codswallop. That's absolute nonsense. I'm going to call you out on this because I'm going to say, this is not true. So sometimes we just got to create that clarity by just saying it. Next is to check the source. So are we, just like Coach said, am I taking advice from my broke brother-in-law? Or am I taking advice from somebody that's been there, done that? Also, am I believing the truth from somebody that historically maybe exaggerates or, doesn't necessarily skate that line, right? Am I believing truth that maybe from someone that's not very good at sharing it? Well, maybe I need to check that source and proceed carefully. If I'm talking to somebody that is a little bit, dramatic, Do I need to put it through the filter? So in our house, I say, do I need to put this through the Karen filter? And absolute, Vicky, you can send my number out, rock and roll. Next is to replace it with the truth. So if I'm hearing some Codswallop, maybe between my ears, right? I'm hearing it say, I can't. Well, then instead, I've got to replace it with something like, I'm figuring it out, or I'm still learning, or I can do this. Next, if it's I might be telling myself, oh, it's just too late, but I can replace that with this is the perfect timing for me. Um, Next, I can protect my mental space. So I've got to realize that there's premium real estate in here. And I've got to make sure that I'm not allowing any squatters in there that are putting in this negative or this doubt or this nonsense that doesn't belong. And then lastly, keep a sense of humor because not everything needs to be heavy. Sometimes the best response to nonsense is just a smile and pipping along.
Great word.
It's
That's
a good one.
awesome.
Learned
Okay,
a new word
now
today.
it's time to hear our beautiful voices for Michelle Zosky. Michelle, we hope you have an amazing Friday. Happy weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Happy
Happy
birthday
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 to
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 you.
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 Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
to
birthday
you.
you.
to
Happy
Happy
you.
birthday to
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
God
Michelle.
bless.
Amazing
Happy
birthday
Dear
to
Zosky. Happy
you.
birthday.
Michelle.
Many
Happy
more,
birthday.
everyone.
birthday.
From the
Happy
Codswallop
birthday.
guys,
And
many
many,
more.
Happy
Happy
many
birthday,
birthday,
more.
Michelle.
Michelle. We love you.
Many
Love you
Great day,
guys.
more.
Happy
Michelle. Have a
Friday.
great day.